Hey guys, it's Esiri and welcome back to my YouTube channel. How are you doing, guys? Hello. If you're new and this is your first time clicking into any of my videos, hi, my name is Esiri and this is
Carson,
and welcome to the YouTube channel. So today I thought we should talk about oh, I'm sweating so hot. This is like 1 minute, guys. Okay, if you see me just doing this, please ignore me. I'm gonna try not to do it too much throughout the video, but this light is so bright. But anyways, like I was saying, I thought it would be cool to talk about Christmas memories, especially because Carson and I have obviously different childhood Christmas. Does that make sense? Different Christmases growing up, different Christmases experiences growing up. So for those of you who don't know, I'm Nigerian and Carson's from Canada, and obviously the abroad Christmas is different from the Nigerian Christmas. So we're gonna be doing
the abroad Christmas. Oh, I get it. I'm the other in this video. Okay.
So we're gonna be doing Nigerian Christmas versus the abroad Christmas.
Ah, the truth comes out.
Okay, so I'm just gonna take the lead to start. But before we get into that, if you're not subscribed, please subscribe. And if you're subscribed, thank you for coming back to watch another video. So yeah, let's go into it. So I'm gonna go in progression. I'm gonna start from anticipating Christmas, what we usually do, when you're counting down to Christmas, anticipating Christmas coming. When we were young, or when I was young, maybe I was 10, 11, that's kind of young age. One thing that is very key in any Nigerian household, in the average Nigerian household, is buying Christmas clothes and doing Christmas hair. There is no Christmas without Christmas clothes and Christmas hair. I remember my mom would always take us to the market, always maybe early of this, when it's first week of December, because around that time Christmas clothes are not that expensive yet, because if you go a week to Christmas, the sellers will hike up the prices of the clothes because they know people want to buy Christmas clothes for their kids. So my mom, after school, she'd be like, you should come to the market after school. We'll go to the market. And then my older sister would always be the one to take us around finding clothes for us. And when we see the one we like, after we buy Christmas clothes, the next thing is Christmas shoe shopping. Then we'll buy Christmas shoe. And then when it's a couple days to Christmas, it's 3 days to Christmas, you do your Christmas hair because you want your Christmas hair to still be looking shiny and new on Christmas Day. So you don't do it early. You do your Christmas hair a couple days.
This is extra as fuck.
You do your Christmas hair a couple days to Christmas. Christmas clothes and Christmas hair is a staple in Nigeria, and even till dates, they still do it. So yeah, that's one thing that we do when it comes to anticipating Christmas. So over to you, sir.
Well, we also do Christmas hair. It's very common, and it's not, of course it's not. Can you imagine? I used to get Christmas hair, because I don't actually have that many memories of Christmas, specific memories. I've got a few. But one that I'll never forget was we had just moved. I think it was our first Christmas in Monte Creek, the little house we lived in on the farm. So we just moved, I'm pretty sure, we had just moved from the Lower Mainland, closer to Vancouver, for those who know or care. Little town called Chilliwack I used to live in. And I was 6 or 7, maybe 8 years old. I was still a pretty young kid. And Christmas is obviously, at least where I'm from, really exciting when you're that age because you get lots of presents and stuff, right? Everything. My mom always made a habit of, I know it was my mom who bought me these things because she always made me open them first. Always started me off with books. She would always the first gifts I had to open were the book ones.
Yeah.
Which I think that was just open the boring gift first, but I loved books. I was a voracious reader, so I was always yeah, cool books. But this one Christmas, and I guess my parents knew it was gonna kind of, they were all right, we always open gifts as a family.
On Christmas Eve.
No, Christmas morning. You gotta wait to make sure everybody's there before you open your gifts, which is part of the story. So my parents get up and I'm like, morning, it's Christmas time. And they're like, well, go look at the tree. And so I run out to the tree and...
Sorry, how old were you in this? Do you
I said I was 7-ish, I don't know. I was a little kid. And there was this gigantic box. To this day, one of the biggest actual just cardboard boxes I've ever seen. It was seriously 3.5 feet tall by 4 feet wide.
Yeah.
It was huge. And when you're a 6-year-old kid, it was bigger than me by a big margin. It was like half the size of the Christmas tree, and the Christmas tree was touching the roof. And I was like, "Wow!" And my parents started laughing because obviously they knew. And of course it says Carson on it.
Yeah.
So already I'm like losing my mind. What is this thing? And my grandpa still lived on the property. He lived at the other end of the property. And the rule was, you can't open presents until everyone's there. So I'm staring at this like gigantic present, losing my little kid mind because I just want to tear into it. And my parents are like, gotta wait for Grandpa Bob. My mom calls him, he's like, yeah, I'm on my way. And I'm like looking out the window like, Grandpa, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. And I could see my grandpa like walking in a house coat with his like coffee. And he's sort of strolling, enjoying Christmas morning. And I'm just like looking like, who walks that slow? Like I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
So finally he gets there and I'm like, oh, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Mom's like, no, 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 we gotta open the boring presents first.
God.
They're just torturing me at this point, right?
That's not fair.
Yeah, and I don't remember actually opening it. I tore it open, and the reason the box is so big is because it was a toy crane, like one of those big tower cranes that you see building buildings. So the toy wasn't actually very big, but it was very tall. So we built it, and it's a remote control, and it was really cool. It actually had a claw and like a magnet. So like that morning, I remember my grandpa was like looking for his cigarette lighter because he was gonna go have a smoke, and I literally like used the crane to grab it and hand it to him, and like all morning everyone was just using the crane to like
cool.
They'd be sitting on the floor and be like, can you hand me that thing? And be like, hang on. Yeah, and it was a super cool present. I had it for a long time too. It took up so much space though in the house.
That was so cool.
Yeah, so that was my first one. Yeah, I remember losing my mind, and the adults in the room, shame on you. You were torturing a child. Absolutely torturing a child. But
okay. So still on anticipating Christmas. So there's one thing we always do on Christmas Eve growing up in Nigeria. And I think this is specific to my state only. I don't know if people from other states do, maybe specific to my town only. And let me not even say state first of all, maybe specific to my town only. So on Christmas Eve, first of all, in Nigeria, most people don't, and nowadays, but back then when I was a child, we don't say Christmas Eve, we call it watch night. Like you're watching the night, you get watch night.
Okay.
Yeah, so we call it watch night. So it's like, oh, watch night, and we have this song that we always sing. Today now waiting, today now watch night, tomorrow now waiting, tomorrow now Christmas. So basically, what's today? Today's watch night. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow is Christmas. That's what we sing the whole night, and we build a watch night house. So how do you build a watch night house? You say? You ask me? We'd go and cut bamboo sticks and use a bamboo stick to build like a 1-bedroom house, and that's the house you stay to watch the night.
Like
So-
like on the like an actual house?
Yeah, just like you put sticks, build it tall, make it like a square, and then you put thatch leaves as the roof.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's how we build it. My brothers always helped us because we couldn't do it. So my brothers would go cut it and then build it for us. And we stay. Obviously, we the plan is to sleep there, but you don't end up sleeping there. You go into the bedroom when you're sleepy.
Too cold.
Yeah, but not too cold.
I got you. You're like, yeah. Too snowy.
Yeah, but that's where we stay, and then we have sparklers, and then there's like, oh, it's so fun. That's one part. You just stay there while my mom and my sisters are like prepping the food, veg for tomorrow. We the kids were sitting in our watch night house waiting for Christmas to come, singing our Today Now Waiting song.
Just imagine you guys over and over singing that song. Shut up.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Over to you.
Another Christmas story. Well, there's a Trousse man, what do you call it, Christmas tradition, and that is doing some, let's be honest, most of your Christmas shopping on watch night, as you call it. The father-son tradition is, my dad is like, all right, we're going Christmas shopping, and I'm like, Dad, Christmas is tomorrow, and he's like, yeah, let's go. And we do it the day of, because according to my dad, the stores are usually empty by this point. It's a lot chiller. It's a lot more relaxing. Also, it's my mom's birthday, Christmas Eve.
Christmas Eve is your mom's
So
birthday.
usually there's like a moment or two where my mom's like, get out of the house, because like, you know, people are coming and going, and it's just a little busy, and yeah. So you can imagine me and my dad leaving the house quiets it down a little bit, which is nice for the ladies and the guests.
Yeah.
So yeah, we usually go Christmas shopping the day before, and like, well, really hours before. Like, it's like 6 p.m.
Such a
We're
man thing.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
great, and it's fun. It's fun. We always like get a few gifts and whatever. That's one. And then I remember an important Christmas lesson I learned once.
What is that?
Well, so one time, I've mentioned already that like we always open gifts as a family in the morning. And I remember one Christmas where some relatives came to stay with us. And I remember I got up in the morning before anybody else, because again, I was like 8 or 9. This is probably Christmas after. And a bunch of the presents were open already. And my relatives had gotten up before anybody else and just decided to open their presents.
Are they younger or older?
No, they were older than me.
Like were they kids?
I think so.
Or adults?
They weren't adults, maybe teenagers, I don't remember.
Yeah.
And I remember it was like, it actually turned into a bit of like a Christmas fight. People were really upset about it. A lot of people, all the adults were pretty upset about it.
Yeah.
For a lot of reasons. And as like a little kid, I didn't really get it. Because I was like, well, okay, yeah, they didn't follow. Because I mean, when you're like 8 years old, you just do what you're
You just
told,
want to
right?
open presents.
Well, yeah, but also I just do what I'm told. I'm saying,
Yeah.
you're not supposed to do that. Why not? I don't know, because mom and dad said not to. So I was just thinking about it like they broke a rule. But I didn't really understand why it mattered. But then, you know, as I got older, I realized that, I mean, at least in our household, the reason you don't open presents without everybody there is because part of the joy is also giving the gift.
Yeah.
So if you don't get the satisfaction of being like, here, I got this for you, and seeing the person open it.
Yes, and your reaction.
Yeah, and things like that. And so it's like a family bonding moment. It's also fun when we get bad gifts. Do you have any? So let me ask you that. You ever gotten a gift, like a total dud gift?
Well,
because I've given one.
As a Nigerian growing up, giving Christmas presents is not a thing.
At all?
It's
not at all.
Maybe nowadays, like new millennial families do it, but like growing up with our parents, it wasn't a thing. Giving
build bamboo houses.
Yes, giving Christmas gifts. It's even putting up Christmas tree. I think we didn't put up Christmas tree until I was like maybe around like 13, 14.
Okay, but you're
it
not.
It wasn't a thing.
You're
like
Nigerian.
In society,
right.
It's not a thing.
You got Christmas money though, right?
Let me get to that. So now on Christmas Day, this is what you do on Christmas Day. So on Christmas Day, you know, you've watched the night, it's Christmas, you wake up very early because it's like, yay, it's Christmas. You shower. I showered as soon as I wake up. That's the only day I shower, as soon as I wake up on the whole 365 days of the year. As soon as I wake up, I shower and I'm going to and fro from the kitchen, seeing the Christmas rice is ready because you know where
Christmas rice.
It is Christmas
the
rice.
Nigerian
Christmas jollof rice. The jollof rice you cook on Christmas Day is different. It's very different, you know. When my mom will always make jollof rice, fried rice, and sometimes if she has time, she'll make pepper soup. Very tasty. So you're going back and forth the kitchen, like waiting for the food, you know. And then when food is ready, they'll serve everybody food, you eat, and then you will now put on your Christmas clothes. Time to go and show the world your Christmas dress. And then after you put on your Christmas clothes, it will be me, my sister. We always have an older one with us because the culture is. When in Nigeria, because I spent Christmas with you, it's you come and you have a dinner, right? You spend it at home. You have like a family Christmas dinner.
Yeah. Usually we'd have a Christmas.
Yeah,
dinner.
but for
we have Christmas breakfast.
For Nigeria, it's not like that. You don't do Christmas dinner. Christmas Day you go out to see people. That's usually how it is. So that day, after we've all gotten dressed up, me, my younger sister, my brother, my little small cousins, all of us, and we'll have one older person with us to look after us because we're kids and we're going out. What we do is we go to people's house and we call this call. I don't know why it's called call till date. We say, "Mommy, we gotta go call." Like, "Mommy, we're going." I'm like, "Okay, take care." And then the first place we always go to is my uncle's house. He lives like a street over from us. We walk over to his house, and the thing is, I make sure I don't eat too much at home because every house you go to, they will offer you food too. So you have to see. It's not today I've been strategic with my eating. So you have to be strategic with your eating because every house you go to, they will offer you food and drink. So we'll go to our uncle's house. They'll offer us food. We won't be the only kids there. There are other kids who have come to see them too. So you and the rest.
Can I just interrupt for 1 second?
Yeah.
You're talking about Nigeria.
And I'm talking fast.
Really fast.
Okay.
Our entire audience can't understand you probably at this point.
I'm gonna slow down.
You gotta pump the brakes.
I'm gonna slow down because I'm excited.
Yes, you are.
So when I get to my uncle's house, we're not the only ones there. There are other kids who have come to see like my uncle too. And then they will serve us food. After they serve us food, it's time to go. One person will be like,
"Babe, you haven't slowed down at all.
Okay.
Pump the brakes. Pump the brakes. Take a breath. Take a breath."
Okay, it's time to go. And somebody will be like, "Uncle, we gotta go," which means we're ready to leave. But we're not telling you we're ready to leave because we want you to know we're ready to leave. We're telling you we're ready to leave so you know it's time to give us money. And so our uncle would come out, and then he'll give us like 10 naira, 20 naira. That's how we go from house to house. And in the evening, when we come back home, you know how much we make on Christmas Day? We make bank, but our mom will always take, like, our mom will be like, "Esiri, come, let me put your money in the bank." And that's how we never see the money.
You never see the money again.
No, when you ask her, she'll be like, "All those food you've been eating, all those clothes I've been buying for you, where do you think I get the money from? It's those money I've been saving you." On Christmas Day, we make so much money. Our feet are so tired because we're wearing like shoe and we're walking down the road, but we don't feel the pain until we get home. When you're home, your belly is so full from all the food and the drink you had from like 20 to 30 houses you went to. When you're walking down the street, you're not the only kid on the street showing their Christmas day. There's everybody with new dress and new hair. It's
like Halloween for Nigerians.
I know, it's like dress up day, basically. It's so fun, it's so fun. But obviously as an adult, when you grow up, you don't do those things anymore. You don't buy Christmas clothes anymore, but your parents give you Christmas allowance, which is the best. My dad will always, like, when it's like December 20th, he will send us money, like, "This is your Christmas money. You can do whatever you want to do with the money. It's not his business." And even though on Christmas Day, I don't go to people's house to beg for money for it anymore, but I still go to people's house to eat. So I don't eat a lot at home. I'll go to my friend's house, I'll eat in my friend's house, and then I'll go to another friend's house and I'll eat there. That is my Christmas as an adult. And if I was in Nigeria currently, that is what I would do on Christmas Day, eat in my house and go to my friend's house to eat. So that is basically Christmas growing up for me. It was so fun. Like it was amazing. Like the things we did, it was just, it's pure vibes. Even as a kid, it was pure vibes.
Yeah, Christmas is fun.
Yeah, Christmas is an amazing holiday. It's my favorite holiday, hands down. Hands down. Is it your favorite holiday?
Well, yeah, probably the season. Yeah, probably. It's just I'm a social butterfly, so Christmas just means people are around.
Yeah, we love Christmas a lot. So yeah, guys, we thought it would be fun to come share like some Christmas memories and just differences growing up, like the kind of Christmas we had. Like you had presents. I mean, my Christmas clothes and Christmas hair is kind of presents.
I've got another story.
Which one?
I think, are we running out of time?
Let me see.
We're running out of time.
We're running out of time.
I need more than 2 minutes.
Okay, guys, we're back.
Welcome
now,
back.
Tell us your story, babe.
All right, this is a Christmas story.
Okay.
Funny Christmas story. It takes place before Christmas.
Okay.
So,
how old were you when this happened?
I was a teenager at this point. I was probably 17, maybe.
Right.
No, I was a little younger, probably 16.
Okay.
So there's a tradition in my family to go get a Christmas tree in the forest, right? We always go find a Christmas tree. You took part in that when you came to Canada.
Yeah.
Don't do it. Well, I don't know if we still do it. I think we still do these days.
I think your dad did.
Yeah, I still do.
Talk to them. They said they went together. To
That's
get
true.
The tree.
Yeah. I mean, it's been a few years since I've been home, but usually it's an outing of some kind. We either take the snowmobile or whatever. And this one year I didn't go because it was like the week before Christmas.
Yeah.
Maybe 10 days before Christmas or something. And I had a date. One of my first dates. So this girl's gonna come to my house. We were gonna hang out. We were gonna watch a movie and whatever. I don't even remember the date very well. Because the story overshadows it. Well, this is the anniversary. This is the 1 year-ish of my grandpa, who I mentioned previously, of him passing away. So rest in peace, Grandpa Bob. He's been gone for a while. And my dad and my Grandpa Bob's friends are gonna go get the Christmas tree.
Okay.
Now, my dad goes out with them, and I guess, like my Grandpa Bob, those dudes, those old bastards, knew how to put some drinks back. So they had a driver, and they had the party guys. So all the guys remembering my Grandpa Bob. So they didn't go far. They drove up into the woods near our house, and they got drunk and talked about my grandpa.
With your dad?
With my dad.
Okay.
With my pops. And they got my dad really drunk. My dad is not a big drinker. They quit drinking. My dad and mom quit drinking, quit everything years ago. But even at the time when my dad did drink, wasn't a huge drinker, like, you know, like a beer on a weekend type guy. It wasn't like a drink every day or anything like that. So my dad, and also my dad's a big dude. So seeing my dad drunk was extremely rare as in my entire life. So just put that out there. I'm not, but So I have a girl over. My mom is making a nice dinner because her son's got a nice, pretty girl over, and they want to have a nice impression or whatever. Don't give me that. I was like 60. I know. Just don't even waste my time. But my dad comes home, and my dad's like sick drunk, right? Like he's like, I drank too much, and my mom's like, oh no, the boys got you drunk. So I hear my dad come in, and I'm like, I'm gonna go say hi to my dad 1 second, and I leave my girl. My girl.
Yeah,
the girl. I leave the girl. My girl. I leave the girl in the living room for a minute, and I go, and the first thing I see is my dad puking in the toilet, and my mom is like tapping him. She's like, oh God, what are we gonna do? She's like, the girl's gonna think we're all a bunch of alcoholics, and so my mom was like taking care of my dad, being like, shh, of course it's got a girl over. And I was just like, oh my God, are you kidding me? So I went back to the living room and I hung out with the girl. We had a little snack, and then my mom was just like, Randy, go lay down. So she put my dad in the bedroom, I guess, and he just went to bed because he just needed to sleep it off.
Yeah.
It wasn't even that they drank a lot; they just drank too fast, right? They were going to get a Christmas tree, and they had a couple 6-packs of beer, and they drank way too quick. And here's to Grandpa Bob and whatever. And so my dad. So we have dinner, and my dad is just conspicuously not at the table. And the girl's like, wasn't your dad here? And we're like, yeah, he's got things to do. My dad's meanwhile just like in the bedroom. And I was just like, wow, it's a Christmas miracle that didn't get out. Well, now it is, apparently. Now I thought it was a hilarious story, though, for multiple reasons. One, because in true Grandpa Bob fashion, they honored my Grandpa Bob by knocking a few back. And yeah, and just, that was probably the only time in my life I'd ever seen my dad, like, sick drunk. Or really, might have been one of the only times I ever seen my dad even, like, mildly inebriated. But he was pretty bad, and it was just perfect timing. It was like, there's like beautiful Christmas music in the background. Meanwhile, my dad's like, oh God. My mom is just like, what are we gonna do? And it was great times.
Imagine if it was like on Christmas Day or with like family around.
No, we don't drink on Christmas Day, really. No, but I mean, most of my family doesn't drink at all anymore. Not even like a glass of wine, really.
That's funny.
But yeah, it was. It's just one of those memorable, just like the stars aligned in a perfectly bad order, and made everything awful and embarrassing. But luckily, we never got caught. So the girl.
By who? By the girl.
The girl wasn't like, oh God, this family's gross and sketchy and whatever. And no, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that. The dirty laundry never got aired.
But nowadays, the whole internet knows.
Yeah, but who cares? I don't care about these people. Whatever. I'm married now. I don't have anybody to impress. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I love you.
Oh my God. Anyway, guys, are you done with your story?
Yes, that's the end.
Oh my God, that's funny. So yeah, guys, we thought we should share some Christmas stories with you guys. So tell us some of your Christmas stories too in the comments. Let us know things you did growing up as a child, as a kid. Like, what was Christmas like for you, depending on where you're from. Would love to know. And I think this is gonna be the last video we're gonna put up before Christmas. So Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas!
I hope you guys have an amazing one. I know Christmas is gonna be so much different this year because, you know, COVID, people are on lockdown, so...
Or merry all the other holidays too, because there's like a whole bunch.
Yeah, so yeah, however you spend it, please stay safe, have a good time with whoever you're spending it with. If you're not going to be with family, like me, I always call my family on Christmas Day. Yeah, we can always do that. So yeah, Merry Christmas from us, and we'll see you guys next time.
Now pose so that we can put Merry Christmas across the... Ha! Okay, good. I'm done.
Bye!
You can freak.